Luke twisted my arm to do this, and I feel like a bit of a fraud because I haven't actually done this yet. I'm just preparing to do it, but I'm a planner, so hopefully there's one or two useful points. And if anybody's actually, are you Fiona? No, there's someone called Fiona who said she might come, who has actually done it, so she might make some comments at the end. So Te Araroa stands for the long path. It's I'm just going to do the South Island bit starting in January 2025, which is 1,400 kilometres. And so you're walking about 25 kilometres a day with some rest days. And I floated this idea with my dear husband, who cheerfully said, "Oh yeah, okay," before he realised what he was signing up for. There's some pretty big mountains and quite a lot of river crossings, and there's some pretty hard yards to do. But it's a challenge. And I'm not saying this is optimal planning, but I have done a fair bit of tramping before, so I have some idea what I'm up for. So planning is everything, they say, for this tramp. A bit of jargon: southbounds, northbounds. Effing stands for every effing inch. There are various books, apps, there's a website, Facebook groups, which I'll give you at the end. Safety is paramount for this, with big river crossings, and there's a couple of rivers you actually have to get transport around, the Rakaia and the Rangitata. Personal locator beacons or something similar are really important, so in case you get injured. And we're going to do a mountain safety course and a navigation course just to make sure we're up to speed, because I last studied map reading when I was at Girl Guides, which is quite a long time ago. Health is also really important. Foot care is one of the key issues apparently, because you've got wet feet a heck of a lot of the time. You can get all sorts of problems. Planning to talk to the GP about getting some good antibiotics to cover off a few issues that could arise as well, and you have to take a water filter just to be on the safe side. I don't usually bother, I just drink out of the river mostly when I'm tramping, but for this one I'm going to take a filter. Seems to be advisable. And fitness obviously is critical for something like this. Already on 10,000 steps a day, but I'm going to seriously crank it up over the next few months, and obviously walk up some hills because got to get fit for hills. Food, these are a few of my favourite things from tramping. So condensed milk is amazing on the porridge, comes in a tube. You can also get peanut butter and little slugs. Supplejack, I'm hoping to do a little bit of foraging. Apparently the shoots taste a bit like asparagus. Real meals, I reckon, are the best kind of ready meals that actually taste quite good compared to some of the other disgusting meals out there. You can get dehydrated cheese, and for the cheap version, lemon sesame tuna is delicious. Lots of instant mashed potatoes, instant noodles, things like that get eaten on this tramp as well. But we want to keep it as light as possible, because we've got to carry food for 8 days at one point, 8 to 10 days across the Richmond Ranges, which is a pretty rough bit near the top of the South Island. Bit of gear, so I already had all my tramping gear, but I'm an old girl. My husband's retiring in a couple of months, so we're sort of upgrading it all to ultralight so we can actually carry it, because we've got to have, cooking gas, food, tent. So these Thermarest sleepers on the left seem to be the thing to have, and sleeping mats, super comfortable. The jet boil boils your water in 3 minutes, so it's much more efficient with your gas. So I've just got one of those. This is my new Durston tent, which is held up by your walking poles, which I think is very cool. It's a bit less weight, ultralight, top of the line. That's a InReach Garmin. It's called a send device. You can actually send messages as opposed to a PLB, which just gives an alarm. So I've just got to work out which of those we're going to take. And this is a New Zealand brand of packs called Arn. So we're going for kind of as small packs as we can manage. I'm hoping to get it to about 10 to 12 Ks in my pack. But I don't want to be silly. We'll have everything we need, just nothing we don't, because most people ditch their gear, about a third of their gear after the first week. But I'm not planning to do that. I'm just going to be really thoughtful about that. And there are limits to ultralight, however. This is my new trowel. So walking on a track like it's super light, very excited about it. But you know, you have to carry a trail, but I don't think we'll multi-purpose that one. And you know, it's a real challenge. I'm really excited to do it. That is on a spot on the track up near Lake Constance. It's a challenge, but that's the point. You know, we're getting older, we're proving to ourselves we can still do mighty things. But we're planning to allow extra time, and we'll have a tent on board, so you know, if we get tired and aren't getting to the hut, we'll just hopefully find a spot to put the tent up. And here's some resources, websites. Araroa Outdoor Training runs the bushcraft river crossing type courses. There's mountain safety as well. There's a Araroa Trail app, which is really detailed, amazing, and the